Hello, magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Welcome po again sa aking channel. Ito po ulit si Dr. Samar po at your service. Ngayon, ituturo ko po sa inyo kung ano po ba yung Trainer's Methodology Level 1 at papaano po ba pumasa sa Trainer's Methodology Level 1 ng TISDA. Okay? Are you ready? Now, hello po sa mga subscribers ko all over the world. Hello po sa aking mga TM1 trainees all over Cebu. Hello. Hello po sa lahat ng mga TM1 holders na ngayon. Hello. Lahat ng mga industry practitioners, lahat ng mga TVL track teacher ng senior high school. Hello. Para po sa inyo ang video na ito para matulungan ko po kayong pumasa sa Trainer's Methodology Level 1. Okay? Now, before we proceed, let us define first what is TM1. Ano po ba yung TM1? Alright, pag sinabing Trainer's Methodology Level 1, isa po itong qualification ng TISDA na kung saan pwede po kayong magiging Certified Trainer at Certified Assessor po ng inyong qualification. Okay, ano pa ba yung qualification ninyo? Kung meron ka pong NC2, iba, klase-klaseng NC2 po yan eh. Mayroong cookery in situ, housekeeping in situ, food and beverage in situ, bartending in situ, events management in situ, computer system servicing in situ, SMAW in situ, lahat po ng in situ. Pwede ka pong maging certified trainer at maging certified assessor po ng inyong qualification. Pag matapos mo itong Trainer's Methodology Level 1 qualification. Diba? Ang ganda po. Na kung meron kang 6 or 10 NC2 dyan, tapos may experience ka from the industry, lahat ng mga NC2s mo na yan, nako, pwede ka pong maging trainer at assessor ng inyong qualifications. So, congratulations po in advance, my dear friends. Ngayon, para saan po yung TM1? Okay. Now, kung gusto nyo magturo po sa senior high school, or kung pwede kayong magturo sa mga private textbook institution, okay, pwede din po kayong magturo sa mga, yan po, sinasabi kong senior high school TVL track. Lahat po ng mga TVL track ng senior high school, ito po yung requirements nila para po makapagturo ng senior high school TVL. Okay? So, itong video na ito is para po sa inyong lahat, para po matulungan ko po kayo kung paano pumasa sa Trainer's Methodology Level 1. Okay? Now, pag sinabing TM1, it is also known as Trainer Assessor. Okay? Now, ano po ba yung trainer? Trainer ka po o TV trainer ka na kung saan pwede kang magturo to develop competencies of your learners. No? Pwede kang magturo ng mga learners o group of learners to develop their competencies. Okay? Considering that you have already your NTTC or National TV Trainer Certificate ng inyong qualification. Okay po? Now, ano po yung assessor? Now, isa po itong individual na kung saan accredited ka po to evaluate and to assess certain competencies sa mga nag-apply po na mga qualification ng TISDA. Ikaw po yung mag-assess nila kung competent na ba sila or not yet competent sila sa kanilang qualification. Okay po? Okay. Now, sino-sino po ba yung qualified na mag-enroll ng TM1? Now, number 1 po, dapat po degree holder ka po ng isang kurso. 4 years degree po. Okay? Yun po ang ating primary requirements. Pangalawa, dapat NC2 holder ka or NC3 holder ka ng isang qualification ng TISDA. Requirements po yun. Next, physically fit ka po, no? Kasi marami kayong gagawin sa inyong training ng TM1. Especially computer, uh, especially computer task. Okay? Marami pong deliverables na kung saan yun po yung isasubmit ninyo sa inyong training. So, kailangan po healthy po kayo, physically fit po kayo. Alright? Next po, dapat po meron ka pong communication skills at writing skills. Alright? Yun po. No? Dapat meron din po kayong ability to analyze quantitative and qualitative approach. Kasi meron po tayong sinasabing pre-test at saka post-test. Yan, i-compare ninyo yan based on the result. So, it's either quantitative or qualitative approach po yung gagawin ninyo ng interpretation. Alright po? Okay, yun po ang mga basic yun po introduction natin sa TM1, no? So, now, paano po ba pumasa sa TM1? Paano? Okay? So, ito po yung mga katanungan ng iba kung paano po ba pumasa ng TM1? Kasi sabi nila, napakahirap daw ang TM1. Okay? Mahirap po pag hindi ka po prepared. Okay? Pag hindi ka prepared, rather, no? Number one po na isasuggest ko po, dapat prepared po kayo sa national assessment ninyo. Now, ano po ba yung ipiprepare ninyo? Number one, yung sarili ninyo po. Okay? Kapag prepared po kayo, hindi po kayo mami-mental block sa iyong demonstration. Okay? Kasi karamihan po, nami-mental block sa kanilang demonstration. Kasi hindi sila prepared. Okay, dapat po prepared. Okay? So, ano pa yung i-prepare natin? Dapat meron kang dalawang students or learners or candidates. Okay? One will act as fast learner, the other one is slow learner. Sa demonstration mo, ipapakita mo doon kung paano mo i-handle ang different types of learners. Okay? So, importante po yan sa isang teacher. Kasi hindi po lahat ng ating mga estudyante fast learners. Okay po? Meron pong slow learners. So, as a teacher po, paano mo yun i-handle ang ganyang situation? Okay? Next po. Dapat po, meron ka pong tools, equipment, and materials na dadalhin during national assessment. Okay? Dapat po, real reenactment ang gagawin ninyo po. Hindi po assuming. Hindi yan pwede. Take note, this is trainer's methodology level 1. Kailangan po, handa ka po, kailangan you are going to demonstrate professionally. Okay? Hindi po pwedeng assuming lang po. Dapat real reenactment po yan. Alright? Now, next po. Okay, yun po. So, dapat po, professional look po tayo. Okay? Dapat po kung ano po yung qualification natin during national assessment, for example, kukiri in situ ka po, dapat po naka-shape uniform po kayo at saka ang mga 2 students ninyo. Okay? Yun po, dapat realistic po yung ating gagawin. Pag small ka po in situ, dapat naka-weld shirt po kayo. Okay? Para maganda tingnan. Okay? Yun po, ang dapat naka-professional look po tayo. Okay po? Dapat yung demonstration ninyo, kabisado mo na lahat. Kasi, hindi po pwedeng magbasa in front of the assessor. Diba? Now, meron po bang teachers na nagdadala ng notes sa harap ng kanyang estudyante at nagbabasa ng kanyang gagawin? Wala po. Hindi po yan tama as a teacher, as a trainer po. Dapat po, before or prior, before the day of your session, handa na po lahat ang gagawin ninyo during that day. Okay? Yan po ang teacher. Okay? Next po, dapat nandun ka na sa assessment center bago mag 8 o'clock. Okay? Kasi usually, ang assessment mag-start po yan ng 8 o'clock ng umaga hanggang 5 o'clock. Okay? So, dapat nandun ka na before the time. Yan po yung sinasabi nating professionalism. Okay? Attitude po yan. Okay? Dapat po, nandun ka na prior or before the time of your assessment. Okay po? Now, next po. Dapat po, nakapag-study ka na sa lahat ng mga CBLM ng TM1 or competency-based learning materials ng TM1. Okay? Marami po yun. Kasi 6 competencies po ng core competencies po ng TM1. So, lahat babasahin mo yun, ha? Hindi pwedeng hindi mo basahin. Dapat basahin mo yun lahat para maka-answer ka sa mga written examination po. Okay? Hindi po pwedeng babaliwalain mo lang yung CBLM na yan. Babasahin mo yan lahat from start up to the end. Tapos, dapat lahat ng binabasa mo nakaintindi ka. Okay? Yan po. Now, aside from that, tapos ka na sa iyong portfolio. Importante po yun kasi isa po yung kukolektahin ng mga assessor during national assessment. Yung portfolio ninyo. Okay? Dapat, quality na yun. Okay? Now, I give you tips on how to check your portfolio. Dapat, i-follow nyo itong formula na ito. C squared Q. C squared Q. Dapat, complete na po yung portfolio ninyo. Wala na pong kulang. Next po, dapat, there is what we call connectivity from module of instructions to session plan to CBLM. Dapat po may connection po from each other. Okay? Next po, dapat po quality po yung portfolio ninyo. Okay? Maganda po yung paggagawa ng inyong portfolio. Okay? Yun po. Kung paano po mag-check ng portfolio, C squared Q. Okay po? Now, bakit kailangan tapos na ang ating portfolio? Kasi 30 points po yan sa ating national assessment. 30 points. Okay? Dapat maganda ang portfolio mo. Quality. Okay? Para you can get 30 points. Okay po? Now, paano po ba pumasa sa TM1? Dapat nakakuha ka ng 80% over 100. Okay? Kasi po, yun po yung passing percentage natin, 80%. Pag hindi ka po nakaabot ng 80%, naku, not yet competent ka nun. Okay? Dapat aabot ka ng 80%. Okay? Now, yung TM1 natin, dalawa po yun eh. Meron po yung tinatawag nating competencies. Basic competencies and core competencies. Okay? Now, yung mga basic competencies na yan, don't worry kasi lahat po yan, embedded na po yan sa core competencies natin na 6. Ano po yung 6 na core competencies ng TM1? Plan training station, facilitate learning station, supervise work-based learning, maintain training facilities, utilize electronic media in facilitating training, conduct competency assessment. 6 po yun. So, lahat ng mga basic competencies na yan, don't worry, embedded na po yan or integrated na po yan sa core competencies. So, you have to focus on the core competencies. Okay po? Now, yung core competencies na yan are divided into 2 clusters. Okay? Yun pong sinasabi nating COC1 at saka COC2. Okay, ano po yung COC1 at saka COC2? Pag sinabing COC1, ito po yung Deliver Training Station. Ito po yung pinagsamang 5 core competencies. Ano yun? plan training station, facilitate learning station, supervise work-based learning, utilize electronic media in facilitating training, and maintain training facilities. Ito po yung 5. Okay? So, clustered into one, that is now deliver training station. Okay? Last one po, yung COC2 natin, that is what we call Conduct Competency Assessment. Okay? Now, going back to COC1, yung COC1 natin, magde-deliver ka po ng training. Alright? So, you are going to facilitate training session to your learners with your 2 learners. Okay? So, based po yan sa iyong qualification. Okay? Based po yan sa iyong portfolio na ginawa. Okay? Dapat konektado po yung portfolio ninyo sa demonstration ninyo. Okay? Dapat may connection yan. Okay? Hindi pwedeng magde-demonstrate ka lang dyan or magpa-facilitate ka ng training nang wala sa session plan mo sa iyong portfolio. Okay? Dapat po, follow mo yung portfolio na yon para ma-practice ka na maging effective trainer ng TISDA. Okay po? So, lahat po ng mga information doon, especially task sheet, information sheet, operation sheets, job sheets, at saka performance criteria checklist, magagamit mo yon sa iyong facilitated learning station or yung COC1 ninyo. Okay? So, paano po ba maging effective yung demonstration ninyo? Dapat po, meron po kayong visual aids. Okay? Dapat po, yung demonstration area ninyo, it looks like your training center in your respective qualification. For example po, SMAU in situ, dapat po, yung area ninyo, dapat po, para pong welding shop or welding center, training center, no? Ganun po yun. Dapat po meron po yung mga materials na post po doon na mga klase-klaseng way po ng pag-weld. Okay? Ganun po. Okay? Dapat po maganda po yung setup ninyo. Especially yung 9 training facilities. Ano po yun? Okay? Dapat lagyan yung signages, no? May with pictures po yan. Dapat po pinaghahandaan po yan. Hindi po pwedeng basta na lang po may naka-post po dyan ng mga signages, yung papel. Hindi. Dapat po ready ka po sa iyong gagawin. Okay? Huwag po for the sake of demonstration. Hindi. Dapat po parang tunay talaga yung class mo. Okay? Huwag po yung basta na lang may papel dyan. No. Okay? Hindi yan maganda tingnan. Okay? Dapat po malinis tingnan para po ma-appreciate po ng assessors yung effort ninyo. Okay? Lahat po ng mga training activity metrics po ninyo, dapat nakatarpuli na yan. Yung mga progress chart ninyo, dapat tarpuli na din. Dapat yung achievement chart ninyo, nakatarpuli na din. Dapat po maganda tingnan. Okay po? Para makapasa kayo. Okay? Next po. Dapat po, hindi ka po mami-mental block sa iyong demonstration. Okay? Don't worry. The assessor will not interrupt you nor disturb you during your demonstration. They will just observe you the whole time. Okay? And keeping notes for feedbacking purposes. Okay? Hindi po nangangagat ang mga assessors. Will train po yan ng TISDA. Okay po? Now, yung demonstration natin for COC1, you are only given 30 minutes. Okay? 30 minutes lang po ha. So, dapat po, lahat ng demonstration po ninyo, matatapos po yan within 30 minutes. Kasi po, pag hindi mo natapos yan, i-stop po kayo ng mga assessor. Na time is up po. Okay? Dapat, within that 30 minutes allotted time, tapos ka nang mag-demonstrate ng COC1. Okay po? Para makapasa ka. Okay? Dapat po may pre-training ka. Next po, may proper training ka. At saka may post-training ka. Okay? Dapat yung pre-training ninyo 5 minutes, proper training 20 minutes, and post-training 5 minutes. Total of 30 minutes. Okay po? Now, next po, yung COC2 natin. Yung COC2 natin, demonstration din yun, no? So, pagkatapos mong mag-facilitate ng training, you are going to proceed to the next demonstration, which is conducting competency assessment or COC2 ng TM1. Now, this time, you are going to act as assessor of your qualification. You are going to act as assessor of SMAU, cookery, or whatever institute or qualification that you have. Assessor ka na. Now, pag assessor ka, of course, you have to follow what? Assessor's credo. Assessor's ethics. Okay? Pag nag-assist ka, bawal po yung mag-i-interrupt. Bawal po yung mag-distract ng mga candidates. Okay po? Just observe and keep down notes. 70 points po yun. Yung demonstration ninyo. With oral questioning po yan. Tapos, 30 points po yung written exam. Total of 100 points per COC2. Dapat makakuha ka ng 80%. Okay? So, don't worry for your written examination. Pag nakapag-study ka yung CBLM ng conducting competency assessment, naku, wala pong problema. Yan, makaka-answer ka po ng mga questions ng COC2. Okay po? Okay po, next, sa COC2 naman po, you are given 20 minutes to demonstrate. Okay? So, within 20 minutes, dapat tapos ka na mag-demonstrate ng COC2 or conduct competency assessment. Okay? Dapat ka po, meron kang pre-assessment, proper assessment, at post-assessment. Okay po? Within 20 minutes. Alright po? Same po ng COC1, lahat po ng questions, based po yan sa CBLM at portfolio ninyo. Okay? Dapat nakapag-study na ka na before the assessment. Okay? So, yan po yung tip ko. Prepared ka po lahat ang prior the day of the assessment. Okay po? Now, what else? During written examination, you are given only 1 hour and 20 minutes. Okay? 1 hour and 20 minutes sa lahat ng core competencies ng TM1. Okay po? So, you are given 1 hour and 20 minutes. So, within that hours, dapat tapos ka nang mag-answer ng mga questions na yon. Okay? Okay po? Dapat po written reports. Hindi po itemized. Dapat written reports. Okay? So, just follow the instructions. Alright po? Now, yung oral questioning natin, based po yan sa demonstration ninyo. Okay? Dapat po, lahat ng demonstration ninyo nakafollow po yan sa CBT way of teaching. Ano po yung CBT way of teaching? Yun po yung sinasabi nating competency-based training approach. Okay? Kasi meron po ito yung tinatawag na traditional way of teaching and CBT way of teaching. Dapat po CBT way of teaching po yung gagawin ninyo. Okay? Wala na po yung traditional teaching na yan. Dapat student-centered po, hindi po teacher-centered. Okay po? Dapat student-centered. Dapat you have to let the students demonstrate first before you as a teacher. vice po yan. Ano po yan? Baliktad po yan. Traditionally, ikaw po yung nagde-demonstrate. Ngayon, hindi na po. Ikaw po yung nag-observe sa student nyo kung marunong na ba siyang gumawa ng isang unit of competency. Pag marunong na, so, wala ka nang problemahin. All you have to do is just to develop his or her competencies. Okay po? Dapat nakapalo po sa CBT principles natin. Okay? Dapat po, yung 10 principles na yan, dapat po na-memorize mo yan. Kasi yan po yung basics natin sa gagawin natin sa demonstration. Okay po? Naintindihan yun yung lahat ng sinasabi ko? Yun, para po sa inyo lahat, no? Especially sa mga nangangarap maging teacher po ng senior high school. So, be sure tapos ka na ng TM1 mo. Okay po? So, lahat po nangangarap na maging assessor po ng TISDA, dapat po tapos ka na ding mag TM1. Okay po. Now, pag hindi ka nakapasa sa isang COC, for example, COC 1 lang yung napasa mo, bibigyan ka ng TISDA ng COC certificate. Hindi pa yung TMC certificate. Okay? Now, pag yung COC 2 naman yung napasa mo, bibigyan ka din ng COC ng TISDA, hindi pa po TMC 1. Dapat po, COC 1 at saka COC 2 napasa mo itong dalawang COC para mabigyan ka ng TISDA ng TMC 1. Okay po? Okay. Now, yun po, napakadali lang po maging trainer po at maging assessor po ng TISDA pagtapos ka ng TM1. Okay? Dapat unahin mo yung TM1. Suggest ko lang po, focus mo po sa training nyo. Huwag nyong isit aside po yung TM1 na yan kasi importante po yan pag nagtuturo kayo. Okay po? Kasi yung TM1 na yan, napakaganda po ang training ng TM1. Okay? Lahat matutunan mo kung paano ka maging effective na trainer at assessor po ng TISDA. Lahat po ng ituturo nila, magagamit nyo po in the future. Especially if magtuturo ka na sa isang eskwelahan. Okay po? No? Lahat yun, ma-assimilated mo yun. Madadala mo yun sa teaching profession ninyo. Okay po? Now, kung may questions po kayo about TM1 assessment, about TM1 training, just comment down below in my YouTube channel. Okay, so you just search my name, and then, of course, do not forget to subscribe my channel. And let's talk about TM1 assessment. Okay po? Maraming salamat po sa pakikinig. At hanggang sa muli, thank you and good afternoon po. Okay? Bye-bye!